Hello YouTube, it's Goji King, and today we're going after the review of two original Ultraman line, that being Black King and Tyrant from Ultraman Toro and Jack respectively. So before I get onto this review, I just want to say about the original review line I have done on my original YouTube channel. I'm going to have to start over, but I'm mostly going to focusing on Bandai figures such as this, for example. Because like figures like, I'm just going to pull this one out of here. Sorry, the camera is like this SH Monster, it's Gamera. I do want to do reviews like those, but it's going to take a while forever to record, especially the articulation process, which I do not want to hassle with since I don't want to have one arm and not a camera stand. So hope you guys understand on that. And there's other people that does reviews on those, so recommend you guys check those out. So without further ado, let's get into this review. I got these figures from these book. Excuse my English. I am apparently terrible at it. But I got these two from a store in Mesa called Book Off. I learned of the store's existence from the Japanese festival in February, and I got some of their stuff there. And I gotta say, they have amazing prices and such. And I got these guys, well, they were recently on Sunday. And this one's like $3 for some reason. Maybe because I had no price tag. Well, this one was like only $15, which the price is good, vary based on your interest on such, which they have a lot to offer for you, like Pokemon, Dragon Ball, just anything that is Japan-esque. So, I recommend you guys checking out Book Off whenever you have a chance to check what they got in store. So, let's go over the Kaiju Black King from Ultraman Jack. When I was getting into the franchise itself, I wasn't really aware of this monster's appearance or existence in matter until I got to watch the Netflix anime adaptation of Ultraman. No, not the Ultraman Rising. The original anime from 2019, if I'm correct. And I like how he looked. He looked amazing, and it made me want to learn more about the monster. And so it did, and ever since, I liked this kaiju. His appearance in the show was pretty good from both Showa, Millennium / Heisei, and the Netflix anime. And I can't wait to see what we get more from him whenever we get to see him in return. So, let's get into the figure's detail. His head is basically alright with a detailed teeth, little scoot on a horn, and I think you can see a little bit of line on the ears. I think those are supposed to be ears, such. And this front part of the body, we're gonna have a more ridgy appearance, similar to that of Red King. Same here, but the ridges are more smaller, more simplified, kind of, while sporting 3 golden spikes. And finally, to the tip of the tail, it will gonna mostly dominate by these cracking grooves around the body. To the tail, which it will be sported at the end with 4 spiked tail spikes. His arms and legs are going to be sporting in these warty texture, almost like a toad or old school dinosaurs, if you know. And he's going to sport 3 claws on the toes and arms, while having back claws back here, which aren't painted, but that's asking too much. For the paint detail, he's going to be sporting some sort of green paint on his back for some reason, and being mainly brown. I'm not sure, don't know why he's painted like this, since he's normally would be black. Though I'm guessing for unknown reasons, I guess. And I think there's some sort of paint on the front, maybe. Probably me. He can have white paint for the eyes, claws, and toes, while sporting red skyla, or the red pupil for the eyes. But the main dominant part about the paint is going to be gold. That will be appearing around the head spike, teeth, back spikes, and the tail spikes. On for articulation, excuse me. He's not going to have nothing for the head, nor tail, which that's just as glue seamed. His arms and legs, however, can articulate at a full range, so you can do pretty much anything you want. I will do the legs, but I don't feel like it, and I'm just going to let you know, the leg just goes around just like the arms would. So yeah, that is Black King. He's a pretty good figure, and I like him. Not my favorite monster, but I definitely like to see him in action in some parts here and there. Okay, now let's put this over here so we can bring out Tyrant. Now, this monster I know very well at a young age after watching Ultraman Toro. And ever since, I love this monster. His abilities and the idea of him being a chimera. It's just so cool, man. As now for the details on this one. He's going to have a bit more details on the head, such as the little ridges and wrinkles around the horn. Detailing on the horns as well, surprisingly. Detail for the teeth, nose, eyes. We even got some little wrinkles here and there on the eyes. Same goes for the ears, some parts. And the back of his crest or horn, I'm just going to call it a crest horn for now, with a small line between them showing detailing. Same goes for the feather-like scales or scales-like feathers. Don't know what those are supposed to be. Detailing, however, the most dominant part of the detail is going to be in this front part, which most people are going to be looking for, is the cracks to resemble more of that kaiju that is based on Birdon, with fur detailing right here, and a tripe house-like patterning on his stomach. 2 times it ends here on the red. The back will have several spikes curving upwards with lines between them as ridges, almost like crocodilian or how you see it personally, while sporting several of these black spots on the back ending till the tip of the tail, such as this one, with these flattering feathers, or I'm not sure what they're called, but I'm just going to call them flippers. Legs are going to be sported with Red King-like legs, so we're going to have like lots of corn ridges, what my friends call them, and 3 toes. Yeah. As for tail, he does have a little line detailed on the edge here. If you could see it, maybe. Oh, wait, oops, sorry. If you could see it. No, I'm guessing But for his arms, they're going to have a more barnacle-like aesthetic. While his arms are going to have, this one's going to have a mace or spike ball. If you guys know what it truly is, put it in the comments below, because this is really bothering me. And this side has a scythe, which I don't know why it's curved upside down, which is supposed to be more like that, but maybe because how it's based on the suit, maybe. I don't know. So details on it is pretty good. I actually like this. Now for paint, its dominant paint is going to be this metallic bluish thing. That's going to be dominant very mostly on the head, arms, the toes, and the back, including the tail. Though unpainted on the lower side, unfortunately, just like the Movie Monster series. As for it, he will have a type of bone color on the eyes and the black for the pupa. White paint for the fangs, which I do wish they painted for the teeth, but I think from this alone, I think I can see why. And we will have is some gold metallic paint for the ears and a bit on the back of the crest here. His arms will not be painted due to, well, being accurate. His legs will be a more of a brown, but coating with some sort of metallic gold as well. And I think it's a pretty good idea. Though these figures are also used, which I forgot to mention. That explains why there's a bit of paint there and that. And finally, onto his chest, which is sporting a brown, mostly until we got like some sort of, I think that's maroon or red. I don't know. Though one complaint I have to say about this, besides the teeth, is the brown paint doesn't fully cover, like it should be more around back these sides, but I think that's asking a little too much. His paint is pretty good, though I wish there's some paint here and there, but I think that's asking a bit too much. So let's get into the articulation. No articulation for the head, none for the tail. Like Black King, you're going to have articulation for the arms and legs, though you can spin a lot for the legs, but this part of the ridge fans is going to kind of stop it somewhat, but not really, if you know what I mean. So let's bring out Black King so we can do our little size comparison and do a little conclusion. So here they are compared to one another. I gotta say they scale quite well in my opinion, though I'm not really sure how big Tyrant really is. Same with Black King, since all I know is some of these kaiju's height ranges varies from 20 meters to 50 meters or more. I don't know. So here is some few example of size comparison. That being the Movie Monster series Godzilla 2001 and Movie Monster series Gamera 1999. These two are one of my favorite versions of these respectful characters. And my conclusion on this review, what do I have to think about it? I love them. These has to be one of the best figures I ever reviewed so far. They'll be my first ones in general, but I love them. And I'm looking forward to do more reviews on these characters, like probably potentially find more characters around this size, or even some smaller figures from the Ultraman series are currently available on Amazon and stuff. Even some potential figures like Movie Monster series and such. So yeah, this is what you're about to see in the future. Potentially more Bandai-like figures. Though I'll occasionally do some articulated figures like Haya, SH, but mostly as a special review. And don't you worry about the Kaiju Island Adventures or Kaiju Frontiers. The episode is coming out still, but it's going to take longer due to editing. Yay! You gotta love it as a YouTuber, you know? So that is it for this review. Hope you guys enjoy. Hit subscribe if you want to see more. And if you want to see more about this stuff that you do not want to miss, hit the notification bell and hit the like button. So see you guys in the next one. And have a good day.